Welcome to a almost Cornwall tour video. I want to show you around some probably underrated, some of them are a little bit quieter places that you might not have heard of, some of you might know and love them. And I think Cornwall is such a magical place and there's so much to explore, and it really helps sometimes just have a video that just walks you through those places that might have a little bit less information about them. I have to say I'm feeling quite anxious today, so for me getting out in nature is the best way to just reset the mind and just to try and relax a little bit. Like nervous system relaxation is what I need. I just feel overwhelmed, and you know when you're not taking deep enough breaths, and it's, yeah, I think being amongst nature just makes it so much easier to have a little bit of perspective. Totally resets things for me, and it resets my perspective, because the further away I am from nature, the harder I find it to have a grounded way of thinking. So come with me to a few little places I really want to show you, and this will be a very Cornwall orientated video, so enjoy. One of my favourite places, so peaceful, so pretty. Every house is just like something out of a book. The senses come alive here. It really is just amazing. So precious and unique. Just a quick little interruption to say that I have been making smoothies for breakfast, because I feel when I'm out in the heat and walking around a lot, I don't always want a ton of food, but I need it. So I do think that having yogurt, oats, nut butters, frozen fruit, all blended up together, and even if you fancy a little bit of ice just to cool it down, water it down. I also add in honey. I think it's a really nice thing that you can take on the go if you're not fancying anything major and you don't want to cook anything. So that's what I've been doing. I just thought I would mention it because it's been saving me a little bit. Obviously the heat wave's over now, but it might be back. And I would say that the main ingredient is always bananas for me, strawberries, raspberries or blueberries, honey, yogurt. The oats changes the texture, so I would be careful how much you put in, or if you want to like do something to soften them before they go in, otherwise it's a little bit grainy. I did add some desiccated coconut to mine, but to be honest it doesn't really make a difference. I would say that that's more something you want to put as a topping if you have a smoothie bowl. It's not really something that needs to go in. Now, this is Hannafore, and that is Looe Island in front. If you're a snorkeler or you enjoy rock pooling, this is a slightly underrated place to go and do those things. This itself is Looe, which is very popular, and most of you will know it, and a lot of you may have been there. I wanted to show you it because it really is stunning, and the water is just the most magical colour when it's sunny. If you love swimming or you love anything to do with boats or any kind of water sport, I would come to Looe because it really is magnificent, and it made me want to get in so badly. So I'm very aware that Looe is popular, but I just wanted to pop this blue beautiful seas in just to show you how lovely it really is. We took the King Harry ferry from the Fiocc area across the River Fell to the Roseland Peninsula, and we went to St Just, which has this amazing church and gardens. Sophie and I actually used to live down the same street, and then I moved a couple of roads away, but we had this long garden, and from my bedroom window, which was at the back of the house, I could see my old road, and there was a cul-de-sac, and Sophie's house was just a couple of houses from the corner house, so I could actually I think our gardens from a land point of view would have been really near to each other, which I do find funny because we didn't really know each other as friends in school, because she's the year below me, and then we made friends after she left, which I'm so glad that we became friends, because I find it it's harder the older you get to make friends outside of school. And she writes and she loves poetry, and I think that's what we connected over a few years ago. So now we have a lovely friendship, and something I really like about our friendship is the fact I remember seeing her mum walking past my house, walking the dog a lot, which I just quite like, those small connections. It's almost like me seeing Sophie's mum walking past the door and saying hello to her and smiling at her years before we became friends. It's as if sometimes those stories are building and connecting before it actually happens.
I don't know, I think the one females might have longer.
I got this top from New Look. It's like a premium quality t-shirt, and it's really, really soft and so comfortable. It was quite affordable, so I just thought I'd let you know, because I got one in black and I got one in white, and I've worn it 3 days on the trot because it's so nice, and it just goes with so many things, and keeping it clean is my only concern, but it's very, very comfy. Lo and behold, the most escape to the countryside-esque location. This is something straight off of the BBC. This is one of the most beautiful countryside walks I think I've ever done across the whole of the UK. It was truly breathtaking. For reference, I would say it's near Halford Passage, definitely near to Halford River. Because of the coast in Cornwall, I don't think that the countryside here gets enough credit, because this is just like how I remember summers as a little girl, when the environment was a bit healthier and everything was greener and there were more flowers and insects. That's what it feels like in Cornwall now. Right, let's have a catch up. This video has been pure views and some talking, but just not the face-to-face element that I really like. Well, as face-to-face as it could get, really. But as a catch up, let's have a catch up. All I can say the only word I can use is overwhelmed. I feel very grateful. I feel like things are in the right place, but I have an update for you. Ollie lost his job. Most of you from a few months ago will be aware that I lost my main client, which left me with pretty much no work whatsoever, and it took me a while to find something new. I found something new, and that's only temporary, so I definitely feel a pressure now, but there were unforeseen circumstances to do with the economy, to do with the industry that he's in, and there were targets he had to meet to get passed off, and it was just absolutely impossible. He was working like 12-hour days trying to do it, but it was an issue beyond his control. There's just nothing he could have done. He did his absolute best, and it's just nothing he's done wrong, which is difficult because he's put his all into it, and it is disappointing. And he's been there since August last year, so obviously he was really this whole time working really hard to get signed off. But it's just, I'm not going to go into it in detail because it's boring, but it's been tough for him. So yeah, so that's happened, and then my work's coming to an end, so this is not looking good, is it? I'm hopeful we'll both be fine. There's just a pressure. I think that's part of where the overwhelm comes from. So now closing off that chapter about money, and into the next stage of overwhelm, I had last Friday, my mum's friend stayed with us, and she left on Saturday afternoon. My mum arrived on Saturday afternoon and left us on Wednesday afternoon, and then my friend arrived on Friday afternoon and just left us a few hours ago on Sunday afternoon. So I obviously love having people here, and that's just a big part of the reason for moving here, is being able to like offer people a holiday almost and host them and look after them. I adore it. I love it. It makes me really happy. But managing work, because I don't just have the 3 day, I've got another client and like the odd job as well. So trying to manage all of that around people coming is quite stressful for me. So there are messages and emails that I haven't responded to. I need to reply to one of you, and I've not done it, and it's really on my mind. It makes me stress. Like every day I need to reply, but I just feel so overwhelmed. I have this thing about when I'm communicating with people, I want to put my whole self into it, and if I'm overwhelmed or busy or whatever it is, I feel like I can't do that, and then I don't want to give less of myself, even though it's over a message. That's just how I feel. So I haven't replied to, that lovely man that I was talking about, that I'd given a card and he sent me an email. I haven't replied to him. I like my nan, we usually call once a week, but because people have been staying and I've been working and then had extra work, we haven't called in. We did call last Sunday, so a week ago. So again, I just feel like I'm neglecting things, but I can't help it. Oh, it's on my face. I thought it was on the camera. Lovely. Bit of saliva to get it off. I had such a nice time with Sophie as well. Obviously, had a lovely time with my mum and Stanley, but I think I talked about that in my other video. So onto the more recent stuff. I had a really lovely time with Sophie, and we enjoy so many of the same things, so it was really nice. And even though she came on Friday and left on Sunday, it did feel like we had more time than that because we fit quite a lot in. So really grateful that so many people that mean so much to me have been down and seen the house and loved the house and loved the area. I've had a lovely time. I don't think being overwhelmed is always a negative thing or because of negative stuff. And things can be stressful, like the job thing is stressful, but it's also an opportunity to steer things in a new direction, so it's not a negative. But it doesn't mean that it's not overwhelming. It doesn't mean that I'm not getting stressed. It just, there's lots of good stuff weaved in between it. So that's just life, I guess. And I'm very lucky to have these kinds of things overwhelming me. So, well, most of it, not the Ollie job thing. But yeah.